for the choice palette. So based upon the condition, the particular target system is going to be triggered, a particular thread is going to be executed. So this is what we have discussed. If the condition is satisfied, whatever the set pillar which I have defined, that output will be displayed in the target system. The same content, if you want to post any queue, for example, VM is the publisher queue, then you can keep it inside of the VM, and you want to make it as outside of the VM also, that is up to your wish. In the separate VM also you can create, or else combination of VM. If the data is condition satisfied, whatever the output is available is going to publish this queue. Or else if you want to keep it inside VM also, independent each target thread, if you want to create different VMs queues only. That is based upon the requirement, we need to select each one. Okay, now it is currently 3 VM queues are required. If you are keeping outside of the like choice palette, only 1 VM queue is required. Okay, first we can create 1 VM queue. Now if you create the queue, this is the publisher queue, and we can create the queue name. Okay, anyway, queue names are available. Go to plus symbol, on edit line, test queue or anything, any queue, whatever queue you want, you can create name, finish, and OK. Queue name is going to be populated here. Test queue. Okay. Now this is the queue which you are going to post in, and receiver write VM listener. This is the VM listener, and you want to what data receiver has received, you want to know. Take one logger palette. Logger, I told you right, logger, whatever the logger palette which you have defined, that content is going to be displayed in the console only. So logger data, it won't carry to the next palette, and it won't accept the before palette also. Only the content is going to be displayed in the console part. Okay, for up to your wish whether you want to see the content in the console or else not required. That logger is not in a mandatory palette also. Up to your wish. If you want, you can use it only. Then select this one, automatically populated receiver queue. Then I am selecting here after receiver. What data it has been received, sender sending, what data receiver has been received. Receiver is then payload. Okay, now publish the data, run the flow, and you can able to see the output. Now deploy the application, you can run the flow now. Okay, the message is going to be delivered to the queue. Say, okay, this is the queue 4178 and test 1, test 2. I can pass the data. Set variable, name of the city, I am passing here query parameters. Example, Bangalore. I am passing, the condition is satisfied. The message is going to be delivered to target system. See, your set payload is going to be displayed in the body level, and the receiver also, you can see the receiver. Of after receiver is, this is the banger. The same way again, what morning we had discussed, right, yesterday. So receiver again send a confirmation message to the sender also. Again you can change here, this is publisher only one-way communication. Then you can change the palette called publish consumer, VM publish consumer palette. Now after receiver send a confirmation message, then you can take one set payload here also you can send, or else if you want you can write it here also, option is available. If we select the here also the receiver, not here, set payload. If you want you can change, and this is receiver confirmation message. Anything, whatever the content you want, you can receive. Then receiver send a confirmation message. Who will receive? This is sender will receive, because synchronous communication. Publisher subscribe nothing but a synchronous communication. Now after sender receiving the confirmation message from receiver, what message receiver send to confirmation message to sender, then you want to know, put one logger, then logger palette. Then after sender data is whatever content you want, I'm talking about, you can write it payload. This is how we are going to exchange the data between sender and receiver. First, based upon the condition, corresponding thread get executed, and the whatever the data which is available, it is going to hand over to the publish consumer queue. This is the VM queue, nothing but a kind of a messaging connector. The messaging connector is responsible to send, deliver to the data. To whom? This is the receiver. After receiver receiving the data, what data sender is sending, I want to know. I have select the logger palette, and I was selecting as a mule expression syntax, within the syntax payload. So payload means because sender sending the data via payload only, so receiver also receiving the data via payload. So that is the reason I was selecting here payload option, mule expression payload. Okay, after receiver receiving and before sending to the sender, and it is asking sender confirmation, and it is saying that after receiving the message to the receiver, can you please send a confirmation message to me? Then that is the reason receiver receiving the messages again send a confirmation message to the sender by using set payload. This is receiver confirmation message. To whom it will receive? Sender will receive. After sender, I have selecting the logger message, what is called, which syntax which I mentioned, hash payload, because what data receiver sent to sender I want to know, then that is the reason I was selecting this syntax. This is how we are going to exchange the data between sender and receiver. Sender sending, and we want to know what data sender is sending, put one logger mule expression, and the receiver send a confirmation message to the again sender. Then after sender palette, you can take one logger palette, put it as one mule expression syntax payload, so that they both can exchange the data. After receiving, they can able to see what data sender sending, what data receiver sent to the sender. Like this, we can able to exchange the data between sender and receiver. Now if you run the flow, send the request, I can see this is the Bangalore means first one. This is the Bangalore means first one. Then after this is the receiver confirmation message. This palette got executed. See, if you want, you can see after sender data is sender data, this is the receiver confirmation message. This is how we are going to exchange the data. Okay, and you can notice one more point here. I will design one more scenario. Okay, take one more project. Another scenario is example 1. Take one HTTP. If we take set payload. Take one more set payload. Okay. Take one connection. Any port number. Okay. Example data, anything, whatever. Okay. Then set payload this one. This set payload I have written hello, how are you? Anything, any content. Here also I am writing I am fine. Okay, I am fine. If we run this flow, because this is the final output, because always payload data is going to be overriding. Always payload data overriding, which is the latest payload, that is the final output. Okay, if we run this flow, please remember payload data always overriding. Okay, which is the latest payload, that is the final output. If we run this flow, four seven eight nine. This one 4789. Okay, this is the one. You don't want parameters, uncheck the query parameters. Uncheck the query parameters. Sorry. Now application has been deployed. Now you can send a request. You can see the output. I am fine. Because payload data always overriding. So which is the latest payload? That is the final output. But I want this payload data to reuse it in some subflow or private flow. Then is there an approach? Yes, there is an approach called take one variable, set variable. Because payload data is overriding, but I want this payload data in somewhere on subflow or private flow. I want to reuse it. So what is the other approach is, you can take one set variable and the name value pair. You can use any name up to your wish. Okay, payload data example. That is the key. Value is, you can put it expression. Sorry, payload. So that whatever the value content which is available, storing in one variable. Then if you want to reuse it, then we can use the syntax called select one logger palette. Then we can see whether it has been converted or not. So here we can use the syntax called vars dot. I told you right, vars dot. What is the key here? Payload data. See, just I want to see whether it has been converted or not, because payload data always overriding, which is the latest payload. Payload is the final output. But I want to reuse it somewhere in either subflow or private flow. This is the approach. Just to select one variable, keep the variable in the value section, and name is up to your wish. Whatever the variable name you want, you can create it. Now after that, I want to know whether it has been storing or not. So that is the reason vars.payload data. Vars means this is the variable. This is the syntax of variable. You want to consume the data. Consume the variable data in somewhere. What the syntax is? Vars.key. This is the key. Key nothing but a name. Name value pair or key value pair. Name nothing but a constant. Value is always dynamic. Key also constant. Value always dynamic. So name value pair, key value pair, both are same only. Now you can run the same flow. Okay. Anyway, it's already restarted. Just to send a request. Then you can see. You can see it has been hello, how are you? This is the data, right? You have written the same approach. If you want, you can keep it one big file also here. If you want to keep big file also, that data is going to be carried here. Now select one flow reference anywhere. Keep one flow reference here, and you reuse it in subflow. Take one flow. Okay, and you want to reuse it somewhere, or you can keep it in set payload also. Then what is the syntax here? Flow reference Okay, flow name is the subflow. Example one subflow, sorry, private flow. You can select the private example one private flow. Sorry. Okay, what is the syntax? The same syntax. If you want, you can use it. Where start. What is the key name here? This is the key name, right? We can use it. Payload data. This is because I have defined here set payload data, and after that I have one more set payload data, and I was executed. So what is the final output? This is the payload data always overriding, which is the latest payload, that is the final output. But my requirement is I want to reuse it in somewhere, this payload data, because by default is overriding, but I want to reuse it, this payload data. The approach is select one variable after set payload, and this is the name value pair, and keep it variable value as a payload, so that this whatever the content which is available is going to be storing in value, where this is the variable name, so that we can reuse it wherever you want. You can reuse it. Like this, we can implement the changes. Okay, this is the approach. So please remember, payload data always overriding, which is the latest payload, that is the final output. Now you want to see, right? This is the logger one. Select one logger data after set payload. If you want to see, payload. Okay, now restart it. Just to send a request. Now you can see the console. Log data, I told you that logger, whatever the logger data will be displayed only in console. So after set payload, right, you can see after set payload, hello, how are you? So this data we are going to carry in private flow. This is how we are, if you want any data, not only this data, any data if you want to carry in somewhere, either subflow or private flow, how we are going to carry? Keep it variable and reuse it only. That is the advantage of the variable. Okay, any doubt here? So this is the choice palette, and if you want, you can create like a different queues also, and each queue I'm talking about, each thread, each queue we can target, so that we can create the 3 receivers, and we can exchange the data between source and target. So this is the one queue, so from related to all the threads, and we don't want to one queue, I want as a separate thread, then go for the VM publisher for this one, and 3 receiver, 3 different queues are available, we need to create, and 3 receivers also we need to create. That is up to your wish, whether you want to create it as a publisher, consumer, or publisher. So this is also one more scenario. Okay, any doubt here? Okay, sorry. Okay, now we are going to discussing about the one more topic called transformation. Okay, transformation is the new topic. Okay, the purpose of transformation is, if we want to convert one format to other format, example, my customer source system is sharing the XML file, and the target system is expecting the CSV or JSON file, and we are going to convert one format to other format. Not only a JSON to XML CSV, JSON to JSON also, XML to XML also, we are going to do sometimes. So if you want to implement this kind of mechanism, MuleSoft support the concept called transformation. If you want to implement a transformation, MuleSoft support the language called DataWeave language. This is the short form is DataWeave language, full form is DataWeave language. By using DataWeave language, we are going to implement the transformation. Okay, transformation is transform from one format to other format, and same format also. So this is the DataWeave language. Okay, in DataWeave language, if you want to implement, what palette is going to be supporting, we'll let you know. Okay, I'm going to explain now. Select project, data view, H1. This is the project.
Shashank?
Yes.
So far we did just how the connector connect the data from the application, right? Is it?
Yes. The how the what like query parameters, variables, and VM connector flows. These are the things.
Okay.
Okay. Later, because everything in the MuleSoft, everything should be in a data view only. So that is the reason I'm going to explain the data. After that, I'm going to cover the file palette, SFTP palettes, APIs, everything will be there. So it is interlinked with MuleSoft. Mule3 data is not mandatory, but MuleSoft is the data is the mandatory. No, in Mule3 also it's mandatory only, but most of the things in MuleSoft supported the data view. So that is the reason I'm starting the data view language.
Okay.
Any clarifications still now? Any doubts here? Hello?
Yeah, yeah. So it's multiple applications. You showed multiple applications also collecting data, right?
Yes. The purpose of this one transformation is like format transformation. Same format or different format also.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that is the main advantage of the transformation. Okay, data view is the language. By using data view language, we are going to converting from same format or different format also. Okay. Now, when come to the data view language, take one HTTP palette and transformation. Transform message is the palette name. By using transform message palette, we are going to converting from one flow to one format to other format. Okay, then take one connection, the symbol, transform message. Okay, if you select this palette, so here you can see there are 4 tabs are available. One is, you can see here, input one, output, and this is the place where we are going to write the data view language. Okay, and input means if my customer will share the example input file as a CSV file, and we need to import the CSV file from here. Yeah, and target system is expecting as an example JSON or XML file. We need to import the XML file as output. So if you are converting from transformations or format transformation, customer will share the input and output file. If they are not sharing, we cannot implement what is input, what is output. So definitely they are going to share the input and output files. By using the files, we are going to write the database code. Okay, if they are not sharing, you can raise a concern. Can you please share me the input output file so that we can implement the changes also. And also before sharing also, they are going to sharing the mapping sheet document also. So input, this is the element, output, this is the element. So we can link up with the input and output. So mapping sheet document and input file, output file. So all 3 files are customer will share. By using these files, we are going to implement the data view language. Okay. And right side, if you see this is the percentage data view is the full form. I told you that data view is the language, and version, what version we are learning? 2.0 version. Okay. And output always showing the by default application Java only. And if a customer will share the CSV file and they ask me to convert as a JSON file, you can just modify the here JSON only. The customer will share the JSON file they want to modify XML, then you can modify. By default application Java is available based upon your transformation, and we need to modify here only. Like output transformation I'm talking about here. Here only after seeing this one only we will come to know, yes, this is the transformation is doing the converting as a XML. If you modify CSV, okay, this is going to be converting as a CSV. Like this, we are going to modify as per your requirement here. Okay, within the bracket, we are going to write the logic. And in the left side part, when it comes to the left side part, here, these are the ways we are going to consuming the data. Payload, nothing but all files are they are going to send via payload, that is nothing but a body from their side. In the MuleSoft side, that is nothing but a payload and variables and attribute object. These are the attribute related object, like either what we have discussed, query parameters, right? Then input parameters they want to send and query parameters only. This is the query parameters. Here it is available. Query parameters. Somewhere query string or query. Yeah, this is the one. So still so many things are there. I need to cover only. No worry about that. So if you want to send parameters data, query parameters only, and they are going to share the big files only, payload only, via payload only, they are going to share the data. Okay, if the customer will share as a XML file, a CSV file example, then how we are going to import the file? Select the define metadata, okay, and select the add input, okay, and create type. Sorry. Okay, create type, select, and what type of file customer will share, is XML, JSON, and anything file. You can select here, and this is the example. Anyway, the file which they shared, we are going to keep it in our local drive, right? Then we can select this one also. So in the local file, you can download it, just desktop or wherever you are keeping, just to browse it. The file is going to be populated. Example, any file, first or something, no? Any file you can take it. So this is a file is going to be imported. Only keys are populated here, not in the values. Values are always dynamical. Only keys are populated here. Okay, select so that it is going to be displayed here only. The value, the same way. Okay, you can see here. It like this. It is going to be populated here. Okay, the same way, if my customer will share again output file. Example, now I'm going to cover only simple JSON transformation only. Later I'm going to cover JSON to XML CSV transformation also. Okay, now you can select this one, again add file, output, okay, create, what is the transformation example JSON, then you can select the example, select desktop data and input or something. If you select, this is the keys. Okay, this is how we are going to do the transformation. It's loading the metadata, it's going to be populated here. Okay, then once done, okay, then something happened. The current state is not to fix this script. It's not loaded properly. Right? The selector schema does not exist. It's not allowing to delete. Okay, output. Okay, output. What is the file which I have selected here? Okay, sorry. JSON example desktop data input one or something. I don't remember what is the file exactly. Okay, this is the example. Anyway, I will select the proper file only. Okay, just I'm going to explain now. So loading the data. Okay, now we the same. Once we loaded the data, we are going to map the document from input output. So like this only. Still it's not. See, like this. This is the input file customer will share, and this is the output file my customer will share. So we are going to import the file in the metadata section. Then once imported, so we are going to just a simple drag and drop here also. Simple drag and drop. The code is going to be generated here only, like this. So this is nothing but a mapping sheet document. So source system, what is the element, and target system, what is the element, customer will share. Based upon the mapping sheet document, we are going to map element to element transformation. So this is nothing but a simple transformation. This is nothing but a simple transformation. After transforming, the code is going to be generated here only. So this is the code how we are going to write it. I am going to explain it. So this is simple transformation. Normally we are going to write the code also. I am going to explain how to write the code. Okay, this is the code is generating here. Then when come to this right side part, after write the code, okay, if you want to see the preview, then click on preview. Then what is the output is going to be generated here. Means usually how we are going to see the output: run the flow, deploy in local, send the data from the Postman, any other tool, then you can able to see. Instead of running and everything, if you want to see the code instead of deploying, then preview is the option. So after click on preview, then only you can able to see. So only preview will generated after importing the input and output, then only preview will be generated. If you are not importing input metadata, output metadata, preview won't generated. Input and output metadata not a mandate to import only. So sometimes people are not importing, just if they are familiar with to write the data we code, and after seeing the file, they simply write the code. So that is not a mandatory to import the input and metadata, input and output metadata. So if you are familiar, then no need to import, just write it manually, then deliver the code. Okay. But if you want to see the preview after importing the input and output metadata, then only you can able to see the output. Otherwise, you can't see the output. So please remember. Okay. Then okay, this is the preview of purpose, and this is the one is, if you click on this one, this is the window visibility only one window, and if you click on this one, this is 3 types of window, and this is 4 types only. 1, 2, 3. That is as per your comfortable. You need to select this one. Okay, this is the preview. This is the one, and where this is the place where we are going to write the data we code, and this is the where we are going to importing the output file. This is the place where we are going to importing the input file. So after drag and drop, the code is going to be generated. This is the code, nothing but a data we code, and this is the version, data we version, which version we are writing, learning 2.0 version. Okay, and output application JSON means based upon output what format you are converting, we need to modify here. Okay, either CSV or XML, JSON, whatever the format which you are converting. By default, application Java is available, but we need to modify as per your requirement. Okay, this is the purpose of the transform message. Any doubt here? Okay, now I'm going to write the manual. If you run the same flow, example, run the flow, and I will see the output, the same output, whatever the output which are generated in the preview, same output I'm going to show you after deploy the flow in the local. Okay. Example, take sample file. I have a file library. Yeah. Take the file. Then how we are going to post the data, right? Because that they said they are going to send the data via payload only, right? Then select the postman, post method. Okay. Select the body. Okay. Select the RAW and format, which format we are source system sending. This is the JSON. Okay. Then you can paste it here. Okay. Now consider this one. Application is going to be deployed in local machine. So I hope you are aware on the JSON file. I think if you are not aware, I will explain what is the JSON file. JSON is the file format. Okay. JSON is the file format. What is the JSON means? JavaScript object notation. This is the type of the format. Now Nowadays, frequently people are using the JSON format. Okay, now if your JSON format structure is flower bracket start, flower bracket end. Within the flower bracket start and end, we are going to add in the elements. Okay, example, if you have a person ID, double quotes, this is the structure person ID. If it is string, then we can select the string. If it is integer, no need to select the person ID. Keep it as normal. If next element is available, select the comma. Select example, last name, colon, and colon, example, any name, whatever the name you want, you can select it. If the next element is available, select the comma. Like this, we need to add the n number of elements within the flower bracket. Okay, again, first name if you have, first name, colon, and something, whatever the name you want, again, Suresh or something, you can enter, comma. Address. Within the bracket, within the colons only, we need to pass it, okay? Then something else, Bangalore, and enter, comma. So if there is no next element, just no need to pass any comma, keep it as, or there is no comma only, so that the object is going to be ended. Means the set is employee person is going to be completed. This is the how we are going to write the JSON file. Within the flower bracket, we need to pass the element. Normally they are calling as a, this is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value. Keys or values are passing as a double quotes only. If the next element is available, comma is available. If there is no next element, no need to pass any comma only. Okay, without comma, we can end it on. So if this is one set of person information, this is nothing but a object. One set of person information. If we have a more than one set, then again comma, then start with the flower bracket and end with the flower bracket. Within the flower bracket, again we need to pass keys constant, right? Then person ID again, capital letter, okay, and something 101. If you have another person, last name, okay, something, anything, something, anything like this, we need to pass. If there is no next element, no need to select any comma. So if there are more than one set of persons is available, then we can use the array symbol. Array symbol. Okay, more than one set is available, then use the array symbol. This is one set of person and this is one set of person. If more than one set is available, each set we need to separate with the comma. Okay, if more than one element is available, we need to separate with the comma. So more than one set, right? So we can use the array symbol. We can use the array symbol like this. We are JSON file. Okay, JSON is the file format, JavaScript object notation, and this is the structure of the JSON. Okay, any doubt here? Okay, the same file. Now I'm going to importing here just as an input metadata. Okay, and output metadata. Just a simple transformation I'm doing now. Simple JSON transformation. Okay, now okay, simple transformation. Now I can run the flow.
Shashank?
Yes.
I have a small doubt.
Yeah.
So the drag and drop is always be manual, like from input to output. The parameters drop out, drag and drop.
That is up to your wish. Mandatory, that is drag and drop only. Usually people, if you are comfortable to write the database, no need to use the drag and drop, manual writing, because manual writing is the best practice.
Suppose there are more parameters. Now we have only 6 right here. So if
Yeah,
there are more parameters, then
we can drag and drop only. Example, sometimes we are we use it to write the 100 lines of data we code. That time instead of writing manually, it will take time, right? Then import the input metadata, output metadata, we can drag and drop.
okay.
Because drag and drop anyway, they are giving the mapping sheet document to simple drag and drop only. But first of all, we need to write. We want to learn how to write the data we code. What is the syntax? Or else sometimes existing data code they ask me to modify also. Such business logic I'm talking about. So that we need to understand existing logic, what is there. So that is the reason. Just I'm showing there is options available. So simple transformation. After that, I won't show you the drag and drop. Manual writing, I'm going to explain all the scenarios. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, if you want to, yeah, okay, thank you. Now you want to post the data, just post the data. And one more thing, now you want to save the JSON file. That is also mandatory. You want to save the JSON file. Control N. Okay, just to file, save as, desktop. Then select all types here. Okay. Then here, example, any name, first or something. Dot JSON is the small one. So this is the extension. If you want to save as JSON file, either single object or multiple object also. Single set of person, multiple set of persons also. Anything only. First, this is the name of the file, and extension should be .json, and save type as all types, so that the file is going to be saving as a .json extension. Okay. Now this is the one saving. Now we are going to post the data. The same post the data. Now you can send a request. The same. I am not doing any business logic. A simple transformation. Okay, sorry. HTTP localhost 7965 now you are seeing the output. The same, whatever the preview it was displayed, same output we can able to see after passing the data from the postman. Okay, this is how we are going to test the transformation by using one format, other format. Okay, after mapping, what is the code it was generated? This is the important thing. So anyway, the same code, whatever the transformation which you are doing, right? So simple transformation, drag and drop. This is the code it was generated. What is this here? Example. So because we have imported the file, example, we have imported the file where we are importing the file IRS. How they are going to send the data? They say they are going to send the data via body and comes to the mails of that is nothing but a payload. So all whatever the data which are received from the source system only via payload only. So that is the reason I'm consuming all the values are payload. Because how to write the data, right? Example. This is the file my customer will share. This is the input file. Input file, example. This is the input file. And example, same output file, and this is the output file. This is the output file. Same file. There is no changes, only input output is same. Okay, now I want to write without drag and drop. I want to write the data with code. How to write? Okay, first flow back start and end. Okay, now what is the key value of target system? First of all, I need to understand. This is the output file my customer will share. So this is the key of target system. Now select the key. This is the key. And value is coming from the source system. Now the value how we are receiving the source system via payload, right? Now because we are posting the data via payload only, that is nothing but the body. That is the reason we are importing payload section. So that is the reason I am going to selecting here payload. In the payload, multiple keys are available. Payload nothing but a source type payload I'm talking about. which key you want, which value of key you want. I want person ID value of key. I want person ID value of key. What is the person ID value here? Person ID value 101. This is the 101. It is going to be appended to target system key value. Understand? This is the first we need to write the data record. Colon left side part is going to the target system. Means this is the key of target system key. And I want value of this key. Which value? Source system value. In the source system, we are receiving the file as payload. So that is the reason I was selecting as a payload. And in the payload, I have a multiple key values. This is the key, this is the value, this is the key, this is the value. Which key value you are expecting? I am expecting person ID key value. Okay, so that is the reason I am selecting here person ID. And the same. What is the next element of your target system? Last name. Now we can select the last name. Now last name, the value is going to the target system, and the key is going to the target system. Now I want to receive the value from the source system. Source system, how we are receiving? Via payload. Via payload. In the payload, which value you want? I want last name value. Like this, we are going to write the data code. The same scenario, the third element is first name. First name. I want value of first name, payload dot first name. If you modify, example, now currently we are keeping as a capital letter. Unfortunately, if you modify small letter, means this key is not available. This is the payload dot key, means coming from the source system. Is this key is available in the source system? No, because you are getting the null value. You are getting the null value. So please remember, whatever the key value combination is available in the source system, we need to simple copy paste here on. This is the payload. Source data is coming from the payload only. So I was selecting as a payload. Okay, which key value you want? I want person ID value I want. So person ID value. This value is going to be appended to target system key. And example, this is the target system, right? Now target system is the PID. Example, L name. And this is the target system expecting. I'm talking about F name, address. Now you can modify here also where PID. Here is target system key, right? L name. You can keep it here. Not here. I'm talking. Sorry. Control V. Sorry. L name. Control C. Control V. F name. Control C. Control V. So colon left side part is going to the target system. Colon right side part coming from the source system. So based upon the input output file, we need to understand first output what they are expecting. We are going to write in the left side part, and after that colon. And first we need to understand how source system sending the file. Yes, payload. I'm going to write the payload. Payload dot. In the payload, I have a list of keys and values. I don't know which key they want. You want to map it. So I want person ID value. So that is the reason I was selecting person ID value. In the payload, last name. In the payload, first name. Like this, we are going to append the data to the target system. So if we drag and drop also, same kind of code got generated, because initially my input output is same, like input keys are same, output keys are same. So that is a capital letter. So that is the reason we were selecting a drag and drop. Same keys and output are generated. Any doubt here?
Yeah, I have a question here.
Yes. Yeah.
Here, like initially you have given a capital letter for the source side for person ID, and while manually you are creating time payload dot that person ID, you have changed into ID is lower case actually. While we doing that time, it might cause any issues like ID one in uppercase and we change it to lower case. In case the actual source is in uppercase and we are changing it to lower case, it will convert automatically, or how is it works?
No. That is what I told you, right? If you unfortunately, if you modify this one, definitely will get the null value. That is what I told you. First, I told you clearly. First, this is the key of source side. Then copy paste.
Okay.
Okay. Example. Sorry. Copy paste. Okay. This is the key. Unfortunately, if we modify, okay, lowercase, then what will happen? System will verify source side person ID. ID is a lowercase, right? It is available or not. If it is not available, right, you will get the null value. That is what I told you. Please remember, while payload, whatever the keys are available, we need to copy paste it here only. If we are, unfortunately, if you modify, system will verify at runtime if there is no key value and PID, right, and it returning as a runtime null. This is the output you are getting, because I couldn't define whatever the key which are mapping to the source side. So that is the reason I'm returning as a null value. That is what I told you. Still confused?
Okay. No, got it. And another
Right.
one is like the output that, for example, that Bangalore is in lowercase. In case I know that the whatever I'm getting from the source itself lowercase, but finally my expectation is the uppercase in the target side. So in
Then
that
we can
scenario, do we need to write?
Yes, we can modify. As operators are there, and I'm going to cover the operators. That we can do that.
Okay.
That is a custom operators that I'm going to explain you. These are the list of operators available. So this is the basic simple transformation I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay. There is uppercase is a syntax operator is available. Then it automatically is going to be converting as a upper or lower or whatever the things you want, you can do that. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now the same scenario, what we discussed just now, right? Example, I told you, right? Modify the small thing. Now we can run the same flow. What is the output you are getting? You can see. See, null value. Because system is going to be verified. Because this is the your specify person ID. But there is no person ID in the source side. Are you finding any person ID? There is no. So that is the reason you are getting the null value. So while left side, that is part. Left side always going to the target system. Right side always coming from the source system. So this is always copy pasted only. And based upon the target system, what they are expecting, we need to specify here. This is you can customize whatever they are expecting, but you cannot customize the right side part. This is as it is, we are going to consume the data. You do not have any rights to modify. Before sending to the target system, what they are expecting, we can modify. Source system, whatever sending, we are consuming. We do not have any rights to modify the source. That is nothing but inbound properties. They are asking what is the inbound properties. Inbound properties means we are always consuming the data from the source system. Inbound means the properties are coming from the source system. Either payload or property, what are the things which are consuming, we are directly consuming. We do not have rights to modify. After consuming, whatever the data target system is expecting, that we are going to do the customization. Example, this is the, as it is, I'm going to copy person ID. Example, okay. And target system expecting, just now we discussed it, right? Here, small letter. Then we can do that. We can modify here. L name, P name, PID, and up to your wish. ADD, F name, city, small, like this. Now we can run the flow. My target system expecting, this is the structure I have written like this. But whatever they are sending, you do not have rights to modify. You simply define or consuming only. Clear? Any doubt here? Okay. The same way, if we want to do some customization on this, like normally each file, either XML file or JSON or any file, and this is the file, right? Root element is available. Root, like normally XML, if we take an XML file, this is the person PID example 101 person PID, like this we are writing. This is end of persons. Okay, what is called? This is the root element. This is the start tag of root. This is the end tag of root. This is the start tag of chain. This is the end tag of chain. Okay, most of the XML files are like this one. Okay, but when it comes to the JSON format, root is not a mandatory. It is an optional. Okay, but XML file, root is mandatory. Without root, you cannot create an XML file. But when it comes to the JSON file, root is not a mandatory. But my source system sharing this is a file, but my target system is expecting root. Example. Source system saying that, okay, the file is the same file, capital letter, uppercase or lowercase, whatever it may be. Then we are going to converting on. Before that, they are expecting. Then we are saying that we didn't receive any like root element, but target system sharing the file with the root element. Then we are going to append the root element before sharing the file to the target. How we are going to appending, right? Okay. Persons. Then we are going to append the file here. This is the root colon flower bracket start flower bracket end. If you want, you can see the preview. See, this is the root element. This is the main person. Under these are child elements. So these kind of scenarios also they are usually get. Source system, they are not sending any root element, but my target system is expecting the root element. We need to append it and share to the target system. Any doubt here? So now we can see this. All the target system keys are modified or updated as a small letter, because I told you that colon left side part is going to the target system, colon right side part is coming from source system. Source parameters we cannot modify. We do not have any rights to modify also. Whatever the data they are sending, we just simply consuming. After consuming, and we need to verify what data we are going to send to the target system, then we can customize. The same way, target system sending the response, we do not have any modifier to receiving the response from the target. After receiving, before send to the response to the target source system, then we can see the output what they are expecting, then we can do the customization. Receiving part, directly whatever they are sending, we are receiving directly. Then before sending to the target system, we have a rights to modify. The same normal conversation also. I'm sending something to you, directly you are receiving the data. After receiving, you can verify, or before sending us also, I'm sending some data, can you please receive and send to your friend or something. Now what we are conversation, after receiving, then we can do with the same data. If you want, you can send to your friend or something, or else just do some customization, then you can share. The same way I'm talking about. Receiving, directly we are receiving. Before sending, we can do the customization, either request or either response from the target also. So that is the reason you cannot modify here either upper or lower cases. Whatever the keys are available, you can simply consuming, then append to the target system keys. Any doubt here? Okay, if you want to append the key value, then you can run the same flow. You will get it as an append. So see how we are receiving the body, because we are consuming the output also body only. So that is the reason in receiver end also they are receiving the body. So we are selecting as a payload, right? So that is the reason target also. All the files are coming via body only. So parameters coming from the query parameters are anyway only. That is input parameters only. But all the files are coming from the body only. That is nothing but a payload in our side. Any doubt here? Okay. Now the same way, Now this is a single person, and I have a list of persons like this sample file. I told you right. Okay, now I have a sample. Next person information. Okay.
Shashank, sorry to
Now,
interrupt. Can you give
yeah,
me a call after this session? I'm just stepping out.
yeah, okay,
Just call me and I can stop this recording and I'll do that. Okay?
okay.
Thank you.
Do you want me to call?
Now, like after this class, just give me a message
Okay,
or you
okay,
can call. Anything.
okay, okay. We'll give that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, I have a list of persons that is more than one set of persons. Okay, a list of persons that is where is the input file. Okay, example. We can add one more set of persons. Okay, now this is the array. This is the array. Okay, this is the array. Sorry, this is the array. Okay, now this is the loop we need to write. Single person, there is no loop mechanism, but if we have a more than one set of persons, we need to write the loop. Okay, normally in other programming, other integration tools also, they have a looping mechanism like for loops or while, do while, these are the things. But when it comes to the mail point of view, there is no for while, do while mechanisms. So there is an operator called map operator. By using map operator, we are going to repeat the list of persons. Because list means this is the more than one persons. More than one person, if we want to read the data directly, because currently one set. In future, we don't know how many list of persons we are coming. Keep on adding. Other means comma separate, simply adding. But we need to manually, instead of writing manually, we can apply for the loop so that we can read n number of files also. So in the MuleSoft point of view, there is no for loops, while loop, only map operator is available. By using map operator, we can repeat the list of persons. Okay. Now the same example. I have a list of persons. I think I have a sample file. Example. This is the sample file. This is the one set of persons. This is the one set of person. This is the one set of person, and within the bracket. Now, in the same way, if you want to write it as data view, how to write? Okay, the same. You are going to import into JSON only. How to write the loop, right? First, take this one as a backup. Control X. Okay, take this one as a backup. This is a single set. Okay, now this is the default one, right? First, now anyway, I'm going to clear the metadata. Just import the metadata. I'm going to explain that one also. Okay, nothing is there. Still getting, just remove this one. Create one more thing. Now empty, everything is empty. I have a sample file, right? Example. Take this one. Okay. Control V. How we are going to share? Okay. Input 23 dot JSON. Okay. Then all files. Okay. Now save. File is going to be saving in our location. Okay. Now go back to here. Go back. Just import. Input. This input file. JSON. Example. desktop, put 23, right? What the name of this? Input 23 JSON. Yeah, input. This is the see. Someday it will take time to load the data. Okay, now you can see input. Something not updated. Metadata sometimes will take time to load the data. What do you want to delete the structure? Yeah, 23, right? Input. Yeah, 23. Okay. Okay, we can select output. We'll see. Or else I will write manually. Okay, JSON example. Same input output same, right? Then we can select okay, desktop. Issue. Two issues. Metadata is not loaded properly. Okay, anyway, forget about that one. That's not a mandatory. I'm going to write manual. Sometimes taking time to load only. Okay. Okay, leave it. I'm selecting one more palette. First, this is the input file example and the same output also. Then how to write the list of persons. Okay. First, this is the default one, right? Now I am going to ask for my customer what is the format they are expecting JSON, then JSON, write the JSON. Okay. Now before example, what is this one? Just this is also not available. We are appending as a manually. Just remove this one. This is the code, default code, it got generated. Okay. Now this is the input and output file example. This is the input and output file also same. Now how to write? Just first we need to understand how we are receiving the file. They said they are sending the via body one. Then you can remove this one. Body, right? Then we are in the MuleSoft pointer, that is payload. You can type the payload. In the payload, we have a list of data. So list of data, what is the operator we are using? Map operator. I told you, right? Map means key value pair combination. So map is not a new word, sir. This is already Java people are using map operator. So they are MuleSoft consuming the behavior because consumed from the Java side only. So Java side people are using map operator. Map is nothing but a key value pair combination. It is always consuming the data set. If you repeat the loop, it is consuming like set key value pair combination. It is going to be fetch the record. Map is the operator. How it works internally means it consuming the data as a key value pair combination. Now my set of file is coming from the body, that is nothing but a payload. So I have written as a payload, and I want to repeat the list of data. Then repeat the loop means map operator. Okay, payload, map operator, bracket close and start and bracket open. And I told you, right, list of data, map is consuming the key value pair combination. Now payload 01 and fetch one record. The set of data I'm talking about, it will fetch one data, person ID equal 101, storing in the payload 01, comma, index of payload 01, because it will store internally index based 0 first set of record, 1 second set of record, third set of record, like this, internally storing the data. So normally loops are working like each record fetching, but here each record fetching but combination set, key value pair combination. First, how I am going to write, just give the space here. My file is coming from the payload, so that is the reason I have selected a payload, and map, just to repeat the loop, list of persons by using mapper operator, and map is going to fetch the data by using key value pair combination. This is the key, this is the value, person ID equal key, this is the 10 value. Like this, each record it is going to fetching and insert into the payload 01. This is nothing but a storing place internally, and this is the index base it is going to be storing, and after that it is going to be arrow. This is the syntax, start with the flower bracket. Now before example, we are receiving the data via payload, right? Payload we are receiving only. So in the list of payload we have a multiple of elements only. So that is the reason payload on which element you want, I was selecting person ID 1. Now the same way I have a list of persons where payload, just to repeat the loop and consume key value pair combination set, storing in the index space in the local memory. Now come back, start with the flower bracket. What value target system is expecting? Now I'm going to see the target system file. Example, my target system also same format, then target system you are going to apply. Now what syntax which I have written before example, payload 01. Payload, in the payload I have a list of persons, person ID, list of person information. So which element you want, I was selecting payload dot person ID only. Now the same way here also you already collect the data from payload and keep it in payload 01 only. Now you want to fetch from payload 01 here. In the payload 01, which element you want? I want person ID element. Like this we are going to write the loop. First we need to understand what is this. The file is coming from the payload. Yes, payload. Repeat the loop. After collecting the data, keep it payload 01, and with keep it means it's storing in the index based on index of 01. And this is the arrow. This is the syntax. Flower back start and end. Completed. Now this is the display part. How we are going to display to the target system. And target system expecting key is capital letter, example, okay, key, and value you want value. The before example, all the values are storing in the payload only. Now I already fetched the data storing in payload 01 only. In the payload 01 storing the key value pair combination. So which key value you are expecting? Where it got stored? It got stored in the payload 01. So that is the reason I was selecting payload 01 dot key, the person ID value. Now same way, last name. Now payload 01 dot last name. Here whatever the name you want you can write it, sir. This is the standard payload 01, index of payload 01. So whatever the you want your name also, something also you can write it, or index also you can write it. This is not a mandatory. Okay, anything you can write it here only. But how system will understand, colon left side all the key values are storing, colon right side all the index are storing, based upon the index are storing. So whatever the name which you are defined, you can use this one only. But whatever before payload 01, index of payload 01, that is nothing but a syntax of standard syntax of MuleSoft, right? But if you are not comfortable, you can write it your own. But as a real time, we won't write your own name only, just for understanding purpose I'm saying now. So colon left side part is going to store all the key value pair combination. Colon right side part is storing like an index base in the memory. So that after you already collect the data and storing in the payload 01 part and with the index base. Now all the data is not available in the payload. Now data is available in here only. So that is the reason I was selecting from. In the Kiran, I have a list of data. Which value you are expecting? I want person ID. In the Kiran, I have a list of data. Which one? Last name. Like this, we are going to write the loop. Is it clear? Any doubt here? Okay. Now the same way I'm going to repeat that. Okay. Payload 01. Sorry. Any capital letters or small letters, any name. That is up to your wish. 01, comma, index of payload 01. Okay. Something went wrong. Okay. Now person ID. Now all the values are storing here on red. Here on that person ID. Last name. Payload 01 dot last name. After first name. Payload 01 dot first name. Address. Payload 01 dot address. City. Payload 01 dot city. This is how we are going to write the data wave code if you have a list of persons. Now the same flow if you run it. Okay, what is the file name? 7965. Let us see. So here, if you want, you can modify any name also. Example, test also. Now you can put it test. Restart. You can send a request and get the data. Even index also. Index also. So like this, we are going to write the list of persons if we have. Any doubt here? First, single person of information that always coming from the payload only. Even list of persons also coming from the payload only. But after collecting, you are going to keep it here only. So that is the reason we are going to retrieve from here, not here. And the file is coming from the payload. I want to repeat the loop. So that is the reason I am selecting the payload. Start with the bracket. Within the bracket, map behavior is key value pair combination. So it's storing the combination set, each element with index based. Then start with the flower bracket. Then this is the part is displaying part to the target system. This is the capital letter. They are expecting capital letter. You can write it. Now you want value of person ID. Where it's stored? Now currently storing the test. The test dot person ID. Test dot last name. Test dot. Like this we are going to write it down. Any doubt here? Okay, if you are fine, I'm closing now. We'll discuss later. If you have any doubt, you can let me know. Okay, I hope you're clear. I'm closing now. We'll discuss later rest of the topics. Okay, thank you.